Market regulator Sebi has issued a preliminary order alleging gold jewellery maker and exporter Rajesh Exports engaged in widespread accounting irregularities, including non-cooperation with forensic auditors and undisclosed related party transactions involving his personal accounts and possible revenue inflation of up to 15.15 lakh crore for FY21 to FY25. Sebi has now ordered a fresh forensic audit. We have with us Mr. Rajesh Mehta, founder and chairman of Rajesh Exports, to share his thoughts on the controversy. Thank you for joining with PTI.
Thank you.
Mr. Mehta, Sebi has alleged that Rajesh Exports has inflated revenues up to 15.15 lakh crore for FY21 to FY25. What do you have to say on these allegations?
Thankful to you for having me on PTI. First of all, I would like to state that Sebi has not made any allegations. This is an interim order. So there are only observations. This is not a final order to make any allegation. So firstly, I would request the media to correct here that these are observations or at the most suspicion. These are not allegations. And this is not a final order. It is an interim order. Sebi, over a period of the last around 2.5 years, asked us thousands of questions and thousands of clarifications. Not one or two, thousands. Out of these thousands of questions and clarifications, there are very few questions. To be precise, only 9 questions which have been left out, in which Sebi is not fully satisfied. It is suspecting that it may not be correct. It is suspecting it may not be correct. It is not allegating, it's not alleging that you have done this wrong. No, it is only a suspicion. Out of thousands of questions, 9 questions are left which are suspicious according to Sebi.
What are those 9 questions?
In these 9 questions, the 8 questions are not very relevant because, in fact, all the 9 are not relevant. But one question, for whatsoever reason, primarily because of the number being so big, has been picked up by the media, maybe for whatever reason, and blown out of proportion. And that question is this 15.15 lakh crore revenue inflation suspicion. All the other 8 questions which are there are minor, nothing big about them. Even this 9th question is absolutely minor, nothing big about it. If you see in the whole thing, it is a matter between Sebi and the company. Sebi has found certain things suspicious. It needs more documents to be given in these certain things. Sebi has not made any allegations. Sebi has not made any noise. Company is more than ready, willing to give all these documents. It will give, it has already started giving. It is between the 2 people. Once all the documents are submitted, once Sebi comes to a final conclusion, which I am sure will be a positive conclusion for the company, then anything can be said. This is not the time to make this much of a hue and cry and this much of, noise. It is incorrect.
You say that you have submitted 400 GB of documents to Sebi, whereas Sebi says that you have not submitted required documents. How do you explain this contradiction in this version? Is it possible that you have submitted the documents but they may not be relevant to the issues raised by the Sebi?
See, over a period of the last around 2.5 years, as we have stated elsewhere also, we have submitted a total of maybe around 400 GB of documents and lakhs of papers. I would not agree with the point that Sebi telling that we have not submitted the relevant documents, I do not agree with that. We have submitted everything which has been asked for. Nothing is pending. But I agree with Sebi that in the ocean of documents, in the ocean of information, what we have submitted, 400 GB is not a small information. It's a huge information. In this ocean, maybe Sebi has not been able to locate certain documents, or maybe one or two we might have missed submitting because of such a huge number of documents which are required. Whatever it is, there is some confusion. I would never agree to the fact that certain relevant documents have not been submitted by us. No, we have submitted everything, whatever we were asked for. SEBI has not found something, maybe we have missed out something, all that will be reconciled now. We'll
But in
submit
that
all
case,
that.
why did Rajesh Exports deny forensic auditors access to enterprise resource planning system, journal dumps, books of accounts?
We have never denied access to anything. Forensic auditors were there in our office for, I don't remember the exact time, but I think they were there in our office for more than around 2 months. A team of sometimes 6 people, sometimes 8, sometimes 12, sometimes 3. Continuously they were sitting. Continuously they have seen all the documents. Continuously they have asked all documents. We have provided them everything. We gave them separate chambers in our office to look into everything. We have fully cooperated. We have given them everything. If they did not find anything further, they could have told us that we need this more, we would have given them. Can they show even one email in writing or one thing in writing which says that we have not given them something? We have given them everything.
The forensic auditor states that the interim report contains significant limitations due to Rajesh Exports' non-cooperation. Do you admit that non-cooperation occurred?
I completely deny this point. Completely. And emphatically deny this point because 2.5 years is not a small time. They have been continuously looking at documents, continuously looking at information, seeking explanations for 2.5 years. If I did not want to cooperate, I would have not cooperated from day 1 or day 10, day 20, 3 months, 6 months. Is there any reason for me to cooperate for 2.5 years and then tell you I will not cooperate? Does it make any sense? It doesn't make any sense. Absolutely, it doesn't make any sense. It is a completely wrong observation which has been done by the auditors. Maybe they did not find the things. Maybe I believe, yes, I have thought through this. I believe that the auditors didn't find anything wrong. They were not able to pinpoint anything.
You were summoned on January 30th, February 9th, and February 16th of this year to provide subsidiary level data. Why did Rajesh Exports fail to comply with these repeated summons?
We have submitted all subsidiary level data.
But the summons were issued thrice.
No, summons for production of documents were issued. First time the summons for production of documents were issued were for such a huge number of documents. It was not possible to submit them within 15 days or some time what was given. So we have sought a time extension. Second time, we submitted everything. Then they wanted something more. So we submitted it third time. Summons issuing doesn't mean we have not submitted documents. They did not provide us enough time and they came out with such a huge requirement of documents. We submitted everything.
But have you submitted subsidiary level data?
Yes, everything, all audited balance sheets, audited by none other than KPMG, have been submitted to them. Once audited balance sheets of an European company, audited by the top 4 auditors in the world, an European auditor is submitted, I don't think any more data is required to be submitted in terms of revenue, etc.
Why has Rajesh Exports not uploaded standalone financial statements of subsidiaries, including Swiss-based Valcambi, on the company's website?
Our company's website contains consolidated numbers of every quarter, standalone number of every quarter, Consolidated minus standalone is the subsidiary data. It is very obvious. We feel and we thought that uploading consolidated data and standalone data is sufficient. And we have gone through the regulation. That is what it says, I think.
But you have not uploaded subsidiary level standalone
No,
data.
standalone data of the
Subsidiaries.
company is uploaded, Rajesh Exports,
Yes.
and consolidated data is uploaded.
And what about the subsidiaries?
I don't think we were required to upload it. My attention has been drawn to this recently. We are looking at the regulation because data is obviously available because A minus B will be that subsidiary data. It's very simple. But I cannot say that and I cannot claim refuge under that. I agree. If subsidiary level data is required as per regulation, we have no hesitation in uploading it, the balance sheets of them.
Do you plan to upload in a day or two?
No, we are looking at the regulation. We are first in the process of answering the Sebi, queries which are there. Once we complete them, then we will give a thought to it.
Rajesh Exports contains subsidiary financials are derivable from consolidated statements. On what basis do you justify withholding standalone financials for material overseas entities driving nearly all consolidated revenue?
Yes, that consolidated revenue, major part of it or most of it, which is driven by the subsidiary, that data is obvious when you minus the standalone data of Rajesh Exports from the consolidated data. It is absolutely visible. It is not a case that we have not uploaded anything. We have uploaded all relevant things. There is logically no need to upload A minus B is equal to C. But if that need is there, we'll definitely look into it.
You have stepped on subsidiaries. One of them is Global Gold Refineries, which is the holding company of Swiss-based Valcambi. In this Global Gold Refineries, Rajesh Exports has 5% stake and your other subsidiary REL Singapore has 95% stakes. Now GGR, Global Gold Refineries, reportedly without operational business recorded revenue significantly higher than the Valcambi. Yet these figures were included in Rajesh Exports' consolidated financials. How do you explain this mismatch? And do you believe Global Gold Refineries, that is GGR's revenues, reflected genuine business activity?
See, this is the entire confusion. This is the nucleus of the confusion. The data in GGR is not independent and separate from the data of Valcambi. This is what has not been understood. GGR is only a holding company. It doesn't have any revenue of its own. We have never claimed that GGR has any revenue on its own on standalone basis. GGR only consolidates its subsidiaries' revenues into its own revenue and displays it as the revenue of the consolidated entity.
But that revenue is higher than the Valcambi.
Exactly, I am coming to that. I was just coming to that only. The exact revenue of Valcambi has been consolidated into the revenue of GGR. It is the same thing. It is not higher than the revenue of Valcambi. This is a misconception in this interim order. This is what we are trying to clarify now. They have taken the EBITDA of Valcambi and considered that as the revenue. And they are telling that this is the revenue. If Valcambi sells 10 grams of gold, I am telling in rupees now for the convenience of our viewers. If Valcambi sells 10 grams of gold, it will be worth 1,50,000 rupees plus maybe 10,000 rupees or 5,000 rupees labor or whatever. So it will be worth 1,55,000 rupees. This entire 1,55,000 rupees is the revenue of Valcambi. Whereas Sebi has considered only 5,000 rupees as the revenue of Valcambi, which is added to 1,50,000, which is the making charges. You please understand. The revenue has to be considered for the entire thing, because the invoice raised by Valcambi on the entity to which it is selling is for 1,55,000.
And what is the EBITDA of Valcambi?
EBITDA of Valcambi is this differential number which is with the 6,000 crores. That is the EBITDA of Valcambi for 5 years.
And that's considered as revenue of Valcambi, and
That has been misconceived as the revenue of Valcambi by Sebi. The whole problem is that. Can you believe? I'll just put one small question, take the liberty of putting a small question. Can you believe that the world's largest refinery, which is a known fact across the world, which buys gold from mines, processes it in its highest technology refinery, brands it, manufactures bars, gold bars, again by using robotic and all those technology, and brands it in its own name, and sells these gold bars to somebody else, that is to major banks, central banks and big bullion dealers, can its sales be 6,000 crores for 5 years? The smallest customer of Valcambi, the last one, will also be buying more than 6,000 crores in 5 years from them. You can inquire in various banks of India as to India itself. I'm not talking about the world. Valcambi's business is majorly outside India. That is, it supplies to all European banks, all American banks and all South Asian banks. Everywhere it supplies. Japanese banks, etc. Even though its business is not much in India, if you inquire with any Indian bank which is dealing in gold bullion, they will tell you they have purchased worth thousands of crores from Valcambi. During these 5 years, they have raised invoices, banks have paid them money. So how will anybody believe that Valcambi's revenue for 5 years is 6,000 crores? 6,000 crores in gold business at today's prices is peanuts. It will not even drive its coffee tea expenses, if that is the kind of revenue it is generating. This is basic common sense.
Mr. Sebi has missed.
I would not say they are devoid of common sense. They are very wise people. They have huge wisdom. This is I think, some confusion which has happened.
So Valcambi is reported to account for approximately 97 to 99% of consolidated revenues, yet its standalone revenue appears to be less than 0.50%. How do you reconcile this contradiction?
This is the thing. Basically, it is true. Valcambi represents 97-98% of the total revenue. I agree to that. But this 0.5% of its standalone revenue which is coming up is completely wrong. That 0.5% is its EBITDA. It is not its revenue. We have provided, and I can right now show to you the audited balance sheet of GGR. Audited profit and loss, audited by KPMG. Profit and loss account of GGR. You can total each year for 5 years and see that is the revenue which is being generated totally by Valcambi. Valcambi refines 900 tons of precious metals per annum. Out of this 900 tons, approximately, every year it will be a little different, plus minus. Out of this 900 tons, 300 tons it only processes. That means it gets gold from party A, processes it and gives it to the same party back again by charging the value addition. Whereas 600 tons of gold, it buys from party A, processes it, it imports, buys, pays for it, processes it, manufactures it, puts its own brand and sells to party B. All exports goes through Switzerland customs. All imports which comes to Switzerland customs. It is the largest foreign exchange, one of the largest foreign exchange, entity in Switzerland. 600 tons every year it does. So in 5 years, how much it will be? It will be 3,000 tons approximately. 3,000 tons is worth this 1,51,000 crore bubble which is going on.
LIC has around 10.80% stake in Rajesh Exports. With the falling stock prices, its valuation is at risk. What do you have to say on this?
LIC has 10.8% stake in the company. I do not see any risk to its investment. I am very, very clear about it. The noise created with regard to LIC and our company is totally out of place. One should understand. I would like to give this message to everybody who has spoken about LIC investment in our company. One should understand that our company has never made any placement to LIC. Neither have the promoters made any placement to LIC. LIC has purchased all the shares from open secondary market from small investors. So if anybody who has benefited out of the purchase of the LIC shares, it is only the small investors. If people have a problem in small investors getting benefited, they must make the noise. There is no need to make this noise. Second point, LIC has not made this purchase yesterday or 1 year back. These purchases of LIC are an accumulation of shares from 2006 onwards. 2006 onward, they have purchased 0.5%, 1%, 0.5%, 1%, 2%, quarter percent, whatever, per quarter, per annum, and accumulated all these shares. It is not a case that they have purchased it in yesterday or anything like that. Plus, I believe out of the sales which has already been done by LIC, LIC has not only purchased, it has sold substantial shares. When the price was at 900, 800,000, it has sold substantial number of shares. I believe even today, LIC's investment is in profit. It is not in any loss, I believe. I don't know the exact purchase price, but I think they are still under profit. We have never told LIC to buy our shares. Neither we have told anybody to influence LIC to buy these shares. We could have done that if we wanted the company to make a placement. Company has not made a placement. So these people who are talking that we have influenced somebody to buy LIC shares, it is out of place. Show me one record which shows company has placed the shares. Show me one record which shows that promoters have placed the shares. Promoters or company has never gained even one single rupee out of LIC's purchase. This is completely out of place. LIC has purchased these shares on its own, looking at the performance of the company like what it purchases in hundreds of companies. It is not a case that LIC has made investment only in our company. It has made investment in hundreds and thousands of companies. Our total investment held by LIC is not even 0.01% of the LIC's total investment. There is no meaning in this noise. It is totally meaningless. It is a share market investment done by LIC in a natural course of action.
One of your subsidiaries, ACC Storage, is a beneficiary of PLI scheme under Ministry of Heavy Industries. With the current crisis, Ministry is considering removal of your company from the beneficiaries list. What do you have to say on this?
First of all, I do not see any crisis. There is no crisis. It is only a temporary, shock given by the noise of the media. Otherwise, there would have been nothing. This has been going on for 2.5 years. Nowhere we saw any noise. Suddenly the noise has emerged. So there is no crisis or anything. The PLI scheme, we are doing well. I am sure there is no reason to remove us or no reason to withdraw it from us. Nothing of that sort is there. I think these are market rumors. We will perform in the PLI scheme as we have promised and as the extension which has been given to us, and things should be all right. I am quite sure about it.
Have you received the extension?
No, the extension has been sought by all the PLI participants. And I think the ministry is thinking on giving the extension to all the parties because none of them have fulfilled the criteria on time. So, because it is very difficult to fulfill, not that they didn't want to fulfill, it's a completely new technology. We are working on it. Everybody is working on it. And I think what extension everybody has got, we have also got. And we will complete it within this period of
So
extension.
till when you got the extension?
We were supposed to complete it, start production, I mean, in by the end of December 2025, 26. No, 25.
25.
December 2000, end of December 2025, we are supposed to do it. We were not able to do it. We have sought an extension of till December 2026, and within that extension, we are quite hopeful we'll be able to do it.
So you got it already, extension?
See, they have not conveyed it as yet to any company, but it seems it should be there in place. It is required. And otherwise, things will not work. It is required. And it is not, we have not received any single Naya Paisa benefit from PLI scheme till now. Benefit will come only after production. The spirit of the PLI scheme is not to penalize anybody or is not to trouble anybody. The spirit of the PLI scheme is to ensure that the production happens in India. That is what everybody is seriously working on. And hence, extension will naturally be given.
Rajesh Exports reported 11,400 crore in sales and purchase transaction with this entity called Affluent Shares and Stocks Limited during FY22 to FY24. But this affluence, this entity has denied having Rajesh Exports as client. What was the nature of these transactions, and can you provide evidence supporting Rajesh Exports' accounting treatment?
This transaction is buying and selling of gold, for which every bit of document and explanation has been given to Sebi. There is absolutely nothing wrong in this transaction.
But the client is denying.
There is, what is the communication between Sebi and that, we have no access to it. We have no idea what it is. We will be seeking that, but first we will be providing our clarification. Then we will be seeking that also. We have given every bit of explanation to Sebi in this transaction, with regard to this transaction. And according to me, it is fully satisfactory. There is nothing pending in that. Further, we will again repeat that clarification, give further clarification to Sebi on this.
Sebi, in its interim order, flagged a circular fund routing scheme involving two subsidiaries, that is ACC Energy Storage and Promoter Controlled Elest Private Limited. Elest acquired 49% of ACC Energy in January 2025 and paid around 147 crore to subsidiary, that is ACC. And ACC again returned 112 crore on the same day. Then ACC Energy also invested 262 crore in Elest without disclosing valuation details. What do you have to say on this?
It is very painful to note that Sebi has suspected them to be some circular or whatever word they have used. These are all absolutely independent transactions, completely commercial transactions, which have been done for the benefit of the respective companies. These are completely business transactions which make total business sense, and they have been done for mutual benefits of the respective companies. Rajesh Exports, this transaction, we have in fact given every detail to Sebi. I am surprised as to why they have made this comment. This is a non-required, out-of-place comment.
Rajesh Exports transferred 565.88 crore to Elest, an entity engaged in electric vehicles, is substantially owned and controlled by you. What was the commercial rationale, valuation basis and approval process for this transfer?
It is not 569 crores or anything. 569 crores which is there, out of that 300 and odd crores have come back. It is not a transfer. They were given as loan as and when required, and they were taken back. And there were times when Elest also gave loan to Rajesh Exports when it required. There is no transfer or anything like that. It is incorrect. Every justification of every rupee of this transaction and every entry of this transaction has been given to Sebi. And it is perfectly correct. There is absolutely no problem in these transactions.
What is your next step? Do you plan to challenge the interim directions of the Sebi?
See, we don't see any need to challenge the interim direction of Sebi, interim order of Sebi. SEBI has all the authority and right to keep asking us documents for any number of years. This is another exercise of SEBI to have asked documents from us. There is no reason for us to challenge it because it's only an interim order. Why should we challenge it? You please see that in that order there is no fine, no penalty, no coercive action, nothing is there.
But you've been barred from trading.
No, that is individual has been barred. Anyway, I don't trade any in my life. I have never traded. Company has not been barred from doing anything. So we are not hurt by this order in any manner except for the noise created by the media.
And what about the share price? That's
Share
falling?
price is because of the noise created. Nothing of this would have happened. There would have been no interview between me and you if this fundamental order of SEBI was taken in its true spirit. We answered and then SEBI coming back with the final order. This entire thing has happened only because of the baseless, unwanted noise created by, maybe prompted by unwanted elements and joined by unknown people who do not know the facts. The whole problem is that.
Suppose if the SEBI order, interim order, is converted into final order and imposes penalty, what is the next step?
I am very sure, I am absolutely confident because whatever has been asked in the interim order, we will be providing it very quickly, including all the explanations, all the evidences, all the documents. I am very confident there will be no adverse, any kind of comments or any kind of action against the company by SEBI in the final order. So there would be no question of challenging it. But if at all, if any irrational order is passed, which we feel is irrational, definitely we'll challenge it.
Banking records show rupees 338 crore transferred from Rajesh Exports to your personal accounts between April 2020 and September 2025, with rupees 232 crore returned. What was the commercial purpose of these transfers and what approvals were obtained?
All the approvals which were required for these transactions were obtained. These transactions were necessary for the benefit and requirement of the company. They are all legitimate transactions. Every single detail about every single rupee has been given to SEBI on this. There is no diversion of even a single rupee. If there was any diversion, SEBI would not be keeping quiet. By now, they would have caught us by the neck. They would have issued the final order and penalized us. There is not a single rupee diversion in a period of 5 years in a company which is dealing in thousands and thousands of crores. For a requirement, for particular requirement which was for the benefit of the company, if some funds are routed through some other account and the funds, complete funds have been received back from this account, there is nothing wrong. It is a requirement of business.
Rajesh Exports annual reports disclose your remuneration as rupees 1.2 lakh per annum. Why were transfers totaling 338.90 crore to your personal accounts not disclosed as related party transactions? Were these transfers approved by board or audit committee? If yes, where are the minutes and resolution evidencing such approvals?
My remuneration, what you say is correct. I work honorary for Rajesh Exports. I don't draw any significant, I don't draw salary itself, we can say. The promoters from the beginning of the company are very different. If you go through the records, at least for the initial 20 years, promoters have not even taken dividend. They have given dividend to the public. Special resolution was passed that promoters will not take dividends, public will get the dividend. This is the kind of integrity what the promoters have. That is how this company has grown.
But how do you justify this?
I'm coming to that. This is the integrity of the promoters. The 338 crores transfer which is being seen is not a money which has gone to the promoters. No. Entire money has come back. There is not a single rupee due in the company to be received from any promoter as of today, I mean.
But why it was not shown as a related party transaction?
It is not a related party transaction. It's a commercial transaction for which the account was used only for channelizing and bringing the required product back.
And why the disclosures were not done?
There is no need for this disclosure because it's a commercial transaction. It is not a related party transaction. It is definitely a commercial transaction. There is no need for disclosure. There is no money which has gone to promoters.
So were this transfer approved by the board or the audit
Yes,
committee?
this was definitely approved because this has been done for the business purpose of the company.
And where are the minutes and resolutions evidencing such approval?
Everything has been given to Sebi. Everything has been given.
So Sebi has now ordered a fresh forensic audit. Will Rajesh Exports cooperate fully, provide all documents Sebi sought in the interim order?
We have already started providing all the documents to Sebi which have been sought in the interim order. Sebi has given us 30 days of time. We are very confident we will provide all these documents within the next 5-6 days. Maybe that is 15 days of the order. Within 15 days of the order, everything will be provided. 100% and more cooperation will be extended. We ourselves continuously call them, go there and give everything even before it is asked, I can say for the sake of telling. Complete cooperation is there. Sebi in its wisdom, whatever it asks us to do next, we are ready to do it. We are completely ready to cooperate. No question of non-cooperation.
Mr. Mehta, these are not academic questions. They go to the heart of corporate governance, investor protection, and market integrity. Hope you will clear all misunderstanding and cooperate with the regulator and come clean. Thank you for joining with PTI. Thank you very
madam.
much.
Thank you.